Imagine a world without television. As a college student, I'm sure you use the TV a lot, whether that's Netflix or using your computer screen for an assignment. Philo Farnsworth is an American inventor who is responsible for inventing a pickup device for creating the first electronic television system. As someone who uses a TV and computer almost every day, it is amazing that I have never credited Philo with the invention. I will give you background of Philo Farnsworth, his life inventions. Let's first take a look at his early life. Philo was born August 19, 1906, in Beaver, Utah. He was the oldest of 5 in his family. They lived in a small cabin built by his father, Lewis. In 1918, they moved to a family-owned acreage with wired electricity, which excited Philo. This was big because Philo began to tinker around with appliances around the house. He was an avid reader of science magazines as a teenager, and in high school he entered a contest and won by making a magnetic block. He won $25 for the invention. Now that you know what inspired Philo, let's focus on his after high school and into college. In 1923, he attended college of Birmingham Young University. Even though he was still in high school, he was very talented for his age. He was forced to drop out in 1924 after his father's death because he needed to help support the family. Although he had to drop out of college, that did not slow him down in his intentions. By 1926, he had raised money and moved to San Francisco to continue his experiments. He was given $6,000 from 2 investors, which he quickly spent and was forced to get another $25,000. He married Elma Gardner the following year in 1927. That year, he released his all-electric television prototype. It was the first image dissector that he had sketched in his chemistry class as a teenager. Once again, showing how talented he was at a young age. Philo's first drawing, outlining the foundation of his idea for an electric television. This is the drawing that he made when he was a teenager. This image is a dissector tube which amplified the noise level of the tube 1,000 times. After releasing his prototype, he got much attention. RCA, the TV company, sent a head television, Vladimir Zwanziger, I don't know, to check the new invention out. Philo's work was far superior than Vladimir's work. RCA offered him $100,000 for his work, which he declined. RCA then tried to sue and say that he was in violation of patent laws. Ultimately, it did not end well and the case dragged on. Philo continued to develop television transmission. He founded a company called Farnsworth Television and Radio Corporation. After he had founded his own company, RCA ended up paying him $1 million to sell him televisions. This was the first electric television on the market. After gaining so much success, Philo wanted to keep inventing and showing people his talents. He then moved back to Utah to open up his own lab at the university that he went to. He focused research on the radar, infrared, and nuclear fusion. The lab then moved to Salt Lake City and was named Philo T. Farnsworth Association. After a couple of years of operation, funding became scarce and he was forced to shut down. This impacted his mental state after, suffering from depression and lack of success. He then turned to alcohol and was addicted to it in his final years. He died from pneumonia, March 11, 1971. His wife fought to keep his legacy even after RCA had tarnished it through legal battles. He has since been added to the Hall of Fame of Television Academy Hall. A statue also stands in the Letterman Digital Arts Center in San Francisco. By the end of his life, he had created over 300 patents in his name. Now you know his legacy that Philo left and how it went unnoticed by many. Even though you may have not known it, that he created a TV, you know his early life and how talented he was at such a young age. His midlife, including end of high school and college, his invention of the electric television, and his legacy. Next time you use a TV, I bet you'll remember Philo and his contribute to the television industry.